Josh Widdicombe. Podcast XFM.
Certain Romance, the Arctic Monkeys, it's XFM, it's Saturday morning, it's Josh Widdicombe, good morning. And I am joined this week by producer Dave. Neil is away.
Hi Josh.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Neil's 90th birthday party.
He is, yeah.
Rock and roll. We were just discussing, we think that might be the best Arctic Monkeys song on the first album.
It's one of two for me. It's either that one or From the Ritz to the Rubble, I think.
And by definition, making it the best Arctic Monkeys song.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
There we go.
Just our personal opinions,
exactly.
Of course.
Well, no, I think fact. I think we agree. This morning, I'm going to be stating all my opinions as fact on all song. Every song, I'm just going to state my opinion as fact after it.
It may as well go straight on Wikipedia.
Exactly. Take cover if you if you don't like the truth. So, welcome, Dave. It's good to have you back. Third time.
Good to be here, yeah.
Excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. You going to call me Neil at all today, or do you think that's...
That
moment's
I'll
passed?
tell you to Neil. I will tell you to Neil at points, but apart from that, no, it will all be
good.
It'll all be gravy. So this morning we've got various. I'm joined by Isy Suttie later, Dobbie from Peep Show. I'm sure she is, delighted whenever her name is said that is what is said. And Joe Lycett, all the usual stuff.
Josh Widdicombe.
These days, the Foo Fighters, it's XFM, it's Saturday morning and it's Josh Widdicombe. I've become a lot more kind of energised out of the songs. Have you noticed that, Dave?
I have, yeah, you're doing well.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not faked. I'm genuinely excited to be speaking.
Good, I'm glad.
Although we do, just for the listeners, we do speak during the songs a bit. We don't just sit in silence and look at each other.
Oh, that'd be a much better way of doing it.
Just a massive awkwardness.
That would have been tricky for the 6-minute Certain Romance track we played about 15 minutes ago.
And I'll go, I'm really enjoying the Foo Fighters. And you'll go, shh.
What are you doing? We're not on air.
I don't like you, mate. Just get... So, we're talking about two things this morning. The first one, based on John Terry claiming credit for Chelsea's Intertoto win, is taking the credit for something you haven't done or taking the blame. And I'm delighted. You know when you get a text or a tweet in straight away and you go, they've set the bar really high. Nicola D has tweeted in, presumably sister of Chuck. Look at the picture, definitely not. Far too young. Me and my bro broke Ma and Pa's engagement lamp. Neil's told me never to stop doing the text, but I will add, if you're using the phrase Ma and Pa, you're definitely not the sister of Chuck D. Or if you're using the term engagement lamp, which isn't a thing. But we'll come back to that. Right, let's get through it. Me and my bro broke Ma and Pa's engagement lamp when playing gladiators on the sofa. Open brackets, my idea, close brackets. Good idea, Nicola. Said bro did it by putting his Game Boy down. He got grounded and had to accompany them on trips out. Score. Obviously, grounded and accompanying them on trips out, it means they're undermining their own grounding.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm delighted with that for a number of reasons. Number one, playing gladiators on the sofa.
We all did it.
We all did it.
Yeah.
Which game would you, for 2 points, which game would you play?
It was the
Duel.
The Duel, yeah. Yeah, it's got to be Duel.
Mainly the only one, because very few people had a travelator in the house.
or swinging hoops from the ceiling.
Do you want to just unpack the atmospheres and we'll get... I'll be Saracen and you can be Cobra. But that's the kind of level of text we want, because as you know, we thrive on references to the mid-90s.
We do, yeah.
Also, as an addendum, anyone text or tweet in if you have an engagement lamp, because I don't think that is a thing. 83936 or tweet us at XFM. You were telling me, Neil, you've got a one on
You called me Neil there, that's the first time. That's Mark 1.
Disaster.
That's Mark 1.
Mark 1.
Yeah.
And if I get 3, we all know what happens. We have to lightly snog at the end of the show.
Which, considering we don't chat during the song because we hate each other, is going to be very
That's
awkward.
why we don't chat. As right says Fred said. Don't talk, just kiss. Another 90s reference there for you on XFM on a Saturday morning. Taking the credit.
Yeah, that's the other thing we're asking for.
Oh, no, that was the first one, wasn't it? What was the second one?
It's everything you become.
Everything you hate, based on me getting a mini iPad, which made me hate myself, and that's why I couldn't remember the topic, because I'm trying to bury it at the back of my mind. Have you become everything you hate?
Yeah, it was. I think I started at XFM about 6 years ago, and I swore to myself that I would never do this, but
Yeah.
it didn't take long before I did. Where I was
Played the Foo Fighters.
yeah, love those guys. I was queuing up to get into a gig in London down at Proud Galleries, which is just in Camden.
Trendy Camden.
Trendy Camden Town.
What was the gig?
And I can't remember now. It was about 5 years ago. And I was with a few friends, and the queue was big, and it was going to be a sellout.
Amazing.
And I must say, I was prompted to do this.
There's only one way this is going.
I did not suggest that I should do this, but I did. And I'm ashamed to say that I used the good name of XFM.
Oh,
I bowled to the front of the queue and says, "Listen, can you not get me and a few of my mates in? I work for the radio station XFM." But it worked. That's
Did
the
it
thing.
work?
It did work, but I did
was
feel
hoping
I felt
that-
dirty afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, you should do. You're in Camden.
Yeah.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
We are talking about two things this morning. One of them is taking credit for things you shouldn't have. Is that correct? Is that how
Yeah.
you'd phrase it, Dave?
That's right, yeah.
That's how I'd phrase it. We've had some tweets in. Who's this from? I can't. It hasn't got a name. What's going on with the world? I mean, this person can't take credit.
No, yeah.
They've missed the point completely because they can't take credit for having their, their text or tweet, I can't tell, read out on the radio. At uni, I was a long-hairs crusty. I think he means long-haired crusty.
Well, no, hold on. This is the other thing we were talking about, which is
God.
becoming something you hated.
I'm dreadful at mixing up the topics.
Yeah. Because
if it was taking credit, at uni I was a long-haired crusty. There's nothing to take credit for there. Sorry, this is becoming something you hated, and I've become a DJ that mixes up his topics. At uni I was a long-haired crusty. Dreads, surfboard, guitar, piercing A. I don't know what piercing A means. Is that the location? Has he split the body up into parts depending on the letter? Piercing A. The whole deal with delusions of living on a beach. Don't do that. I now work in the city, have cropped hair, spend 2 hours a day on the tube, work for the man and live very far away from the beach. All this turnaround in just 4 years. Yeah. The problem there is he's gone from something I hate to something I hate.
You're not happy with either of those?
I wouldn't want to be. I'd struggle to have a conversation with either of those people. Because I just can't talk to someone when I know they've got a piercing A. That's the so whoever you are, yeah, fair enough. The other one we've had on Becoming Something You Hate is someone, when someone does a humble brag?
Yeah.
Adele Murray, I'm currently at exercise class on Saturday morning, I hate myself. Clearly not exercising that much if she's tweeting into a radio show.
Yeah.
I don't do that, that's a good thing. We're encouraging that.
What, humble bragging? Or exercising?
I tell you what, we don't even know which she's replying to there. Maybe she's just she's just gone off topic, which as we said, well, not as we said, but as we did last week, we encourage hugely, and we will be accepting one off-topic text. So you're more than welcome to text in 83936 or tweet us at XFM with the hashtag off-topic. And I don't need to explain what you need to say there, because the more I explain,
the more it becomes on topic.
the more it becomes on topic, defeating the point.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
Where Is My Mind by the Pixies. It's XFM, it's Josh Widdicombe. And if you're keeping a log of these facts that I'm throwing out, that's about their 5th best song this morning, I'd say, Neil. Dave.
That's twice in 1 hour. That's worse than a couple of weeks ago.
Really awkward.
Yeah.
Do you know the problem is? You look exactly the same.
I would let you off if we did.
Yeah. No, obviously, Neil is rugged and handsome.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, that's right. Their 5th best song. Do you agree, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah, still good.
Well, if you say it's fact, isn't it?
It's facts.
So,
Facts are facts at the end of the day. And talking of facts, excellent link. Thank you very much. Cheers. Yeah. Joe Lycett, as always. We're slightly later to him than normal, but he's still here as he's our resident news hound, and rounding up the big story of the week for us in his fact-heavy style. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Neil, Josh. Good morning, listeners.
Good morning.
How are
Neil,
you?
Joe. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm smashing. I'm having some almond milk and I'm cleaning out the grill. What a lovely Saturday.
An image, I imagine... The way I imagine you cleaning out the grill while drinking almond milk is in just an apron. That's all.
You know what? I didn't realise as I was saying it how euphemistic both of those things sound from my voice. Just cleaning out the grill with my almond milk, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't, Joe, because it's 11:15 in the morning. What are you going to talk? Let's moving on swiftly. What are you going to talk to us about today?
Right.
And let's hope it's not a euphemism.
Well, I don't know. It could be a few surprise ones I don't know about. It's the Cannes Festival. Film festival is happening right now in Cannes, in France. And they have somebody has stolen $1 million worth of jewellery.
Amazing.
From the Cannes Film Festival. Now, we should explain to your listeners, because they're not in show business like us, like you and I, how these things work.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know this is bread and butter to us. You get a lot of free things in show business.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been backstage at a Josh Widdicombe show. Oh, the tea and coffee making facilities for those gigs. You would not believe. I believe I saw a banana in Leicester. Well,
another euphemism?
Yeah, take that as you will. We are showered with free things, and it is no different in Cannes for the film stars.
Yeah.
They get, although in fact it is different, they have to borrow them. They borrow the jewellery.
Yeah, I've heard this.
And then they have to give it back at the end. You keep your bananas, don't you?
I do. I keep them in a locker. So who did they steal it off? Or was it just
we don't know. Well, I don't know. They stole it from a Novotel hotel, which anyone could have told you that's not safe, isn't it?
Yeah.
They put it in the safe in a Novotel hotel. Imagine them trying to make an Ocean's 11 style film about that. How are we going to get the money out of the safe? Well, the code is normally 1, 2, 3, 4, so it'll be fine.
The main issue in that Ocean's 11 style film would be getting one of those cards that works in the door. That would be the issue.
Yeah. Oh no, I have to go back to reception because of the magnet. Right. Yeah.
So whose room was it from, or just from a jewellery room?
It was from one of the jewellers, people working at one of the jewellers.
So have they got any leads?
I'm a bit worried about... They don't really, no, they're not sure. It's not the biggest one they've had. It's quite common in Cannes, because obviously they take jewellery there quite a lot. So a couple of years ago, $21 million worth of it was taken away. I know, right? So this is sort of small fry, really. They can afford to lose $1 million worth.
I mean...
The people I'm worried about are the film stars that are going to wear the jewellery. There's been an absolute, overwhelming demand from Accessorize in Cannes now for people.
So, Joe, if
trying to get bangles and things.
If you get another midnight, well, that's 80s probably reference, and also another euphemism. What's your? If you could sum the story up in one line?
Well, it's just an appeal. If you know where these jewels are, please contact me at Joe Lycett on Twitter.
A man who will do anything for followers. Thank you, Joe. We will see you next week.
See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Josh Widdicombe. Podcast XFM.
I'm joined now till the end of the show, if all goes well, by Isy Suttie. Hello.
Hello.
Dobbie from Peep Show. If people don't recognise you, do you hate that?
No, I don't hate it at all.
You don't hate Peep Show?
I don't hate people in the slightest. I don't hate being called Dobbie.
I think it's gone really off the boil. No, I really like the first two series. When did you... So
5. I joined in 5.
Oh, yeah. Bloody hell. How many series have there been?
4.
What?
4, yeah.
9.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
No, 8. Oh, 8.
Right, it's got a bit awkward from the off. We've got off to a mathematically disappointing start. What if you were to list your other... Well, let's. I imagine you're too modest to say that you won a Sony Gold Award this week.
I did, on Monday.
Which everyone knows is the biggest night of the year in Britain.
In the radio calendar.
In the radio calendar. What did you win it for?
I won it for a one-off show called Pearl and Dave.
One show?
Adapted from my Edinburgh show of the same name.
I've been slogging my guts out here, week in, week out. you turn up once, pick up gold. Fair enough.
I was very shocked when I won. I thought...
what did you say?
Well, Brian Connolly was reading out the...
Brian Connolly?
Yeah, is it Connolly or Connolly?
Connolly.
Yeah, Connolly.
The puppet guy.
Is he a dancer?
Brian Connolly is... I don't know what he is. He's like a mid-90s entertainment host.
Yeah, he's like an all-round good guy. He's got a good face.
Yeah.
He's
Don't
got a
backtrack
nice face. No, I think he's got... Yeah, I
A
can
good face and dancing feet.
I can scan people's faces and think friend or foe in about 2 seconds. You know when you see someone that you sort of half recognise and you know them?
Yeah.
I say in my head, friend or foe.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes it's foe, and I don't know even why, and it will turn out that like 5 years ago they like nicked a slice of toast from me or something. My brain's just logged it. But anyway, Brian Connolly, I scanned his face and I thought, friend.
Right. Luckily, because he had a Sony Gold Award for you.
Yeah, it was lucky. But I thought someone else had won because when he was reading out, when they gave out the awards, they read why,
description, yeah.
before, and it said he said performances, and it was just me that show. It was a one-person show, so I immediately thought, oh, it's John Finnemore, who would have been very, very deserving of it. So I relaxed and took a massive gulp of wine, and then I was like, ah!
Did you spit it out in a cartoon style when they said?
Wish I had.
Wow, and what was your... So, did you have a speech prepared?
No, I just had in the back of my head who I'd thank, and we sort of remembered everyone. But I was so stunned, like I didn't realise...
By stunned, do you mean drunk?
Stunned.
Yeah,
That's
no.
my
By
accent.
stunned, do you mean drunk?
Oh, I was drunk, but I was also stunned mentally.
Oh, because that's weird, because off air you were saying you were really confident.
No, I wasn't. I hate you.
You were saying there was only one winner from the off, and you'd practice a speech.
I was at the awards actually, and Izzy was already halfway up to collect it before it had even been announced.
Guys, I can't believe I had an egg in preparation for this show to give me strength to get through it, and little did I know at 9 o'clock this morning I would really need that egg.
No, yeah, unbelievable. You've been suckered in. It's like Beatles About all over again. Well, you've joined us this morning. Thank you for joining us, obviously.
You're a foe, Josh.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
Talk about two things this morning. One of them, but this is based on John Terry didn't play in the Europe. I mean, I don't need you to tell you this.
Yeah, he played it. He stood there in his kit.
Yes, correct. So very good.
He's like a 5-year-old who thinks that someone's going to get ill and they're going to go, hey, you're wearing the right kit. Get on the field, kid.
Yeah, he is.
That's what my boyfriend used to do when he used to go and watch Swansea. He used to wear his kit in case...
How old was he?
You know, from the age of like 5 to...
You weren't going
20.
out at that point.
No, he weren't going out at that point.
So we're talking about taking the credit for something you shouldn't have taken the credit, or shifting the blame.
Yes.
Yeah, presumably you're whiter than white, so you haven't done this.
Well, actually, I was trying to think of things that I've taken the credit for unduly. And
I was at the Sony Award. I wasn't at the Sony Awards.
yeah, I took the credit for something that I shouldn't have. Yeah, that's the only time it's happened to me. But loads of times I've done bad things where I've either never got the blame or other people have. I think the worst thing that I did was when I was about 16. I was quite naughty at school and I was doing a detention with another girl in the art room. And
what had you done wrong?
I think we'd just been chucking clay at each other. 'Cause I did 3D art for GCSE.
Pre-burnt, presumably.
Yeah, pre-burnt. Yeah, it's not called burning.
What's it
Hey,
called?
let's burn the clay. I don't know, is it baking?
I think you bake clay, yeah.
Bake clay.
I bet there's more of a technical term.
It doesn't. I've never seen that episode of the Great British Bake Off. It's Vase Week on the Great British Bake Off.
Well, actually, I did make a 3D Weetabix box out of clay. It took me months, and that was in
At school?
Yeah, at school. I did 3D art for GCSE.
Oh, surely all art's 3D to an extent.
Yeah.
No, really? Hey guys,
Yeah, that's good.
when I do it, it's 3-dimensional because it's people think that's the third dimension.
I like it. What
Yeah.
if it's already 3-dimensional? Is it then 4-dimensional?
It's 4-dimensional. The fourth dimension is sadness. What did you carry on? You
Oh,
were in
Josh
detention.
Widdicombe, the fourth dimension. I'd like to be. Could display all your art. So we were doing the.
Wait, I would just interrupt you about an art project. My friend did for his GCSE art project. This should be part of a thing, pretentious things you've done as a teenager. His art project was a picture of Mother Teresa with a tear of blood coming down her face. And our art teacher said it was very thought-provoking.
Is
Anyway,
it real blood?
no, it wasn't even his own
That'd
blood.
be a step better, wouldn't it?
Anyway, you were in detention 10 minutes ago.
I was in detention and I'd been very naughty, and so I'd had to put all this clay through a machine that you make mince with to make the Weetabix, the texture of the Weetabix, and I think I've been throwing that around. So anyway, me and this girl were in the art class after school doing the detention, and all the paintings were up, about to be graded for GCSE, and they were all in sections on display. So we did about half an hour of clay work, and then we started to look around, and we were like, some of these are really bad. So we reshaded a massive picture of cotton reels really close up. Everyone in Highfields in Matlock used to draw cotton reels.
Yeah, well, you didn't get out much.
So it's the only thing we knew.
The only thing.
Mummy's sewing books. We reshaded these cotton reels, and actually we did a really good job of it. And then we got really carried away and reshaded a couple of other ones.
And did you take the blame?
Well, no, we never took the blame. We never got found out. But for the next 3 weeks in assembly, I was so worried that, because I think I probably would have been expelled. Like, in our minds they were better, but we did colour all the cotton reels in grey, and they had previously been multicoloured. So.
It's lucky that it was art. If it had been obvious, if it had been music and people's final pieces were there and you just harmonised over the top, that would have been...
Josh Widdicombe, XFM.
Heart-shaped box was a heart-shaped box. Nirvana. I tried to say it too quickly then. I thought we'll get through this description, if anything.
More haste, less speed.
More haste, less speed. Yes, correct. What does that mean?
It means that the quicker you try and do something, the slower you'll end up doing it, because you'll have to say it twice. But in a way, you can do something really quickly, because I just said this really quickly.
Very good, very good. Say heart-shaped box.
Heart-shaped box.
Yeah.
Heart-shaped box.
Heart-shaped box. Well, very good. Well, if anything, I've proven the point that I should have just said it at a normal pace, because now we've spent about over 30 seconds discussing it. That is Isy Suttie we're still joined by. We are talking about getting the credit for something you shouldn't have, or shifting the blame. Kate Ford has tweeted in, sorry. These modern people.
That's a million terms.
It is, isn't it? She's faxed us. I threw a dart, missed the board, and hit my sister's head. Where was her sister sat? I blamed my big sister, and she still thinks it was her. What? I mean, how far away from the dartboard? The physics of that for me, because where was her other sister?
Yeah. Unless she got the sister she hit to stand in front of the dartboard, like a kind of, like when the
William Tell
apple on his head.
Can you just put this dartboard on your head? Yeah. What are you doing? Can't tell you, I'm afraid. Keep them coming in at XFM. I mean, obviously we want one from Kate Ford explaining the physics, preferably with a diagram of how the room was set up.
Yeah, I really want to know where the big sister was.
Yeah, where was the big... Yeah.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
This girl, Kate Ford, had texted in and said that she'd blamed... This is on passing the blame.
Passing the blame.
Passing the blame. This girl, Kate Ford, had tweeted in and said she'd blamed her bigger sister when she threw a dart at her little sister's head. Yeah. And we got caught up in the physics of how you'd get away with that, and asked her to tell us the setup. Has she's tweeted in?
She's got back in touch. So she was collecting the darts from the board to bring them back to us.
The little sister?
Yeah, that's what happened. So what happened was they were in a games room in a pub in Cornwall. The big sister was waiting to throw a dart next. The little sister was the dart caddy.
Amazing.
Oh,
poor little sister.
that's how she got rewarded.
Yeah, that's like when you're lookout, isn't it? Like when your mate's kissing a girl and you're lookout, and
it's
you're
always
going,
the runt of the litter who gets that role.
Oh, how old was the little sister?
Doesn't say.
Tweeting again?
Josh Widdicombe, XFM.
We are talking about shifting the blame. It started as claiming credit, but people seem to have shifted the blame more than claimed the credit. And I think we have a new leader in the league table of shifting the blame. This is from Alana, who's put 2 kisses at the end. Not bragging, but one for me, one for you, Dave. Unlucky, is he?
Oh.
Sorry. We don't know. Alana,
is there a space between them, or are they together?
No, they're together.
Oh.
They could both have been for Izzy.
They could have both been for Izzy. Alana, if you could tweet in and assign the kisses, because otherwise could get awkward.
Please give me a kiss, Alana.
I mean, I'm going to take that recording home. While playing football in the house, open brackets, first faux pas, close brackets, my wee brother knocked over our auntie's budgie cage and killed said budgie. ... Lovely. In a panic, we staged an elaborate murder scene and fed the dog the budgie and blamed it on him because he had left a few feathers on the floor. Bad times, poor dog. I mean, I think that's fair enough.
Because a dog can't...
Yeah, a dog's not gonna... I mean, I don't know what the dog's punishment was. Didn't get... I don't know, like, if he was grounded or whatever. I think it's fair enough to blame the dog. Although, I do think the point at which you're feeding the corpse of a budgie that you once loved to your own dog is the kind of thing you'll be discussing at Alcoholics Anonymous in 20 years about where it all went wrong.
It's admirable. That must have been a hard decision to make for Alana to take that step to feed your dog your dead budgie. I mean,
I know, but it's admirable in the same way that Shallow Grave. You know, when they're disposing the corpse and that. I don't know if Alana ended up living in the loft like in that film, but obviously I'm not comparing the corpse of a budgie to a naked dead Keith Allen. And insert your own dead budgie jokes in there.
Josh Widdicombe. Podcast. XFM.
Josh Widdicombe with Isy Suttie this morning.
Hola.
Hola. And Dave, can you do that in a different language?
Bonjour.
Correct. You thought about that.
I had to go for just the
Isn't
basic
bonjour,
French.
bonjour good morning? And seeing as it's 12:20, you've messed up badly there, mate.
No, bonjour's good day, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
bon
it's-
matin is good morning.
What's bonsoir?
Good evening.
Good evening. And bon nuit is good night.
We're talking French this morning. Quel est la date de ton anniversaire? When is your birthday?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all I've got. And champignons is mushrooms. I got a D. I wasn't very good. Really annoyed. Still vexes me. And on the subject of this, we are talking about shifting the blame. And I would shift that onto the fact I was put in the bottom group in year 8 and never promoted, even though I was clearly, I had potential.
Promoted. It's like a football.
Yeah, I made the playoffs. Big day out at Wembley. Got to speak French. All my fans there, but sadly I bottled it on the big occasion. But we're talking about shifting the blame. I think this might be the new leader after Did Alana get back to us about the fact she'd only given 2 kisses?
Yeah, she came back in with 3.
3 kisses.
Thanks,
one for all of
Alana.
us.
Yeah.
I like to think they were all for me.
Me too. And sorry, that was a needless.
A needless needle.
A needless needle. At XFM, this is without a name for good reason. I once told a student that he must have lost his English book when in actual fact I'd spilt a drink over it whilst marking. I like that it doesn't specify the type of drink. Yeah. Because I went on the I did a gig and one of my old teachers came to watch, and then we went on the booze together, and it was brilliant because I was she'd since left the school. I was just asking her questions about the school, and it's brilliant because you don't realise when you're a kid that those teachers just go out and get hammered together. Yeah. And it's like Teachers, the show. They'll be marking in the pub. They'll be writing in jokes in the marking. This is the kind of thing.
I know.
Was that not a bit weird going for drinks with your teacher?
Well, it was 20 years on.
I know,
No,
but
it
I
wasn't
would have
20
still
years
found it odd. I'd have still seen them as a teacher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a bit weird, but the best thing was you'd go, what was this guy like? And she'd go, he was a horrific human being. And these 2 people were sleeping together.
Yeah. Did you
So-
still call her Miss?
Yeah, I did call her Miss, and I had to put my hand up whenever I wanted to go to the toilet.
Josh Widdicombe. Podcast. XFM.
Did he just do a huh at the end of that song? I've never noticed that before. Unacceptable. Unacceptably sexual. If you could review that song in one word, Isy Suttie?
Fortissimo.
Fortissimo. What does that mean?
Loud.
Good.
Yeah.
They are. Do you think that's what they said in the studio? Could we have this more fortissimo? Now, we're talking this morning about spreading the blame. What is it? Kind of shifting the blame is the phrase. I mean, it didn't start like that, but it turns out that a lot of our listeners have anecdotes about shifting the blame. Teacher. Again, Dave, he's given his name. Though obviously his class, I mean, that doesn't narrow it down.
No, I reckon 30% of teachers in this country are called Dave.
I'm a teaching, he's written, which I would already say you shouldn't be.
PE.
Unless he's doing it, I'm a teaching.
Yeah, is there a hyphen?
When I'm a teaching, and if I ever need to fart and think it might smell, I will walk around the class and silently let it go behind the students I don't like. I had a thing, I can't remember who told me that they, maybe they were a teacher or they knew a teacher, and you know when a teacher's invigilating an exam and they're really bored, what they'll do is they'll be there with their mate and they'll go to their mates, they'll go and, you know, they'll like be walking up and down, so they'll say stuff like, go and stand next to the student that you think will be the virgin for the longest. Or they'll go and stand. So they'll walk down and just stand and then walk back.
I feel like that's as bad as pinning the blame on a dog. A poor helpless student.
Trying to do his exams. I mean, I've come up with an example there, so that might not be the one they do, but they'd always be quite harsh. Turns out people are harsh in the workplace. Who'd have thought it?
Turns out everyone's flawed.
It does turn out. If there's one take-home message.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
Tom O'Dell, Another Love, and a one-word review from music expert Isy Suttie.
Adagio.
Adagio. What's that?
It means in a restful style.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. I mean, I'd be more impressed if I hadn't seen you Googling it, but...
I Googled it to make sure I got the terms correct so that people wouldn't get the wrong information.
Oh, very nice, thank you. Always helping. Now, we've been talking about shifting the blame, and then we moved on to the teachers that play the game in an exam invigilating. They'll go and stand next to the kid they think most likely to. And we've had teachers texting confirmed. One of them, I can't say who it is, but I can say the last 4 digits of their phone number. Can I?
Do the last two.
In French.
5 Sank. Which were the band Sub turned into. Do you remember?
Hey,
Well, no.
that was very quick.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
You know the band Sub turned into? For 2 points?
Yes, I do.
Doves.
Doves, yeah.
There you go. Next week we'll be playing There Ain't No Love and There Ain't No Use in honour of them. The teacher game is called Ugly Kid. Oh. And yes, we do play it. The criteria can change sometimes to worst hair or worst fake tan. I'd say if there's fake tan, we're thinking rough school. I mean, there was no one who fake tanned at my
There was
school.
no
was there?
fake tan in the 80s. In
No.
Matlock.
No, I can't. Just roll in the mud. do people fake tan at that age? Worst hair, that's really harsh.
Yeah.
But, it does explain. This person has put, when I had exams, there was always one teacher who used to stand next to me a lot, which was weird as I never cheated. Think it through, mate. But ironically, I did sleep with that teacher's daughter.
Oh.
I don't know where the morals of this lie. You think he's lying, don't you, Dave?
I don't know, because you were talking about that you think, you as an example, you said the teacher would go and stand next to the person who
It's most likely.
to stay virgin the longest. So I think it's off the back of that.
But...
Oh, they did it to try and not be that person anymore.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Wow, well, pick the bones out of that moral maze, eh, guys? That, to be honest, ties up the texting topic quite nicely, because we've left it on a kind of a real thinker this week. Tweet in yes or no, or maybe. I mean, we don't even know. We don't just don't tweet anymore. I'm just going to stay here and think for the rest of the show.
It's like a plot of a short film.
It is like the plot of a short film. And, I'm going to, because I've read it out on this, I now own the rights to it.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
Now, at the end, Izzy, you've served yourself. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for the tea. Thank you for the 2 pints of water.
It's all right. You hungover?
No, just like drinking water.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, it takes all sorts.
Call me crazy.
You get to plug at the end.
Okay, actually, I've got 2.
Whoa.
Sorry, Mr. Roman.
Guy, you're a bit quick off the mark
I
on
thought
that.
I only had one, then I remembered another one.
Well, now, it's a kind of shameless plug. So what we want is a... Neil, there was too much plugging. So Neil implemented a 30-second rule on the plugging.
Okay.
And got the music from Countdown. So
Amazing.
I'll count you in 3, 2, 1, plug.
For the first bit of my Shameless plug, I would like to plug Shameless, which I'm in, which is the last series of Shameless, which is ending soon. And I play a Jewish mother in that who's cooking obsessed, and she's got 3 children. For my second plug, I would like to plug my radio series, Isy Suttie's Love Letters, the last episode of which is on Tuesday night at 6:30pm on Radio 4. I will be in a converted chapel in Dorset, but we'll be listening from there. That's the end.
Well, you've got in under 6 seconds. You had 6 seconds left. But also, you shouldn't be plugging other radio stations on here.
Oh,
Really,
yeah.
Sorry.
Did I say Monday or Tuesday? It's Tuesday.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
People will be
matter
listening to
at this
XFM.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awkward.
So Dan O'Connell on drive time.
Yeah. So I'd like to plug Dan O'Connell, 4 till 7 on XFM.
Nice one, Josh.
Also, I'm doing the O2 tonight.
You're not allowed
Yeah.
to plug other venues in the studio.
As part of the Great Ormond Street Gala, Russell Brand, Lee Evans, Michael McIntyre, Jack D, Diversity, all of them will get a better reception than me. But I am there. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think there's tickets still available because it's a really big room.
Yeah.
Have you done it before?
I did it last year, and it's fun.
I bet it is.
Yeah, it is. I mean, obviously.
It's going to be, isn't
It's
it?
quite scary, but I'm strangely calm at this moment. But thank you very much for coming in, Izzy.
I've had a really great time, Josh.
Yeah, thank you. Do come again, and then I can say you're a friend of the show.
Yeah. I'll get a badge.
Yeah, you get a badge, a
Sound.
friend of the show badge. And thank you for stepping in, Dave.
No worries, anytime.
I will see you very soon on here, I'm sure.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.